Baseball is on the air for the first time this season. We got a MLB stream here on the channel. The Cubs travel to Cincinnati for their first road trip of the young 2023 campaign. The Cubs look to get back on the right track after dropping two following an opening day victory. The Reds lost on opening day, but have since won two straight. So, we've got a National League Central Division rivalry here today. Plenty of storylines heading into this game, plenty of question marks and storylines going into the season for these two teams, and we all see it come full circle here today. So, we get started with the first baseball play-by-play of the season here on the channel. I'm looking forward to it. The only downfall is we might have to cut it a bit short because I did have a baseball practice come up at the last minute. But the Cubs do treat as the road team today, so we'll break down their lineup. It is Nico Hoerner, the young second. He gets the start at second base tonight. And then the red-hot Dansby Swanson, 7-12, batting .583. Came in on a 6-year contract this year. Cubs got him at shortstop batting second. Happ dominates at Great American Ballpark in the 3 spot today. Cody Bellinger 0 for 11 to start the year, trying to get on track in the cleanup spot once again today. Trey Mancini over from the Astros batting 5th. Patrick Wisdom, he hits well in Cincy batting 6th. Hosmer, another acquisition the Cubs got over the offseason. He's in the 7th spot. And then Rijos and the farmer, Edwin Rijos, who was red hot in spring training, 4 homers with 8 RBIs. And it's the former Red, Tucker Barnhart, who gets his second start on the season today. They'll be going against Connor Overton, who gets the start for the Reds. He's 29. It's only his second MLB season. In just 6 games last year, we're 1-0 on the record with a 2.43 ERA. So he's hungry. Second MLB season, and just 4 spring training games. He put up a 15.43 ERA. So trying to at least get off to the right track here in the regular season. Reds defensively, they go Fairchild, Barrero, Friedel left to right in the infield. It is Shear, Newman, India, Myers third to first in the infield. And then it is Malley behind the plate. Bill Miller behind the plate, behind Malley here as the home plate umpire. And we are underway. First pitch of the ball game in there for a strike to Nico Hoerner. 281. 231 average this year so far, and he smacks that one the opposite way on just the second pitch of the day. Nico Hoerner, a laser to right field, 102 miles an hour off the bat, and the Cubs have a base runner. Nico Hoerner gets the day started in a good way. Sticks with that pitch, drives it the opposite way. Trying to give this Cubs offense a boost, who's been struggling these last few games, and now it is the 2022 All-Star, newly acquired Dansby Swanson. Right on right matchup. First pitch of Bender blowing away on that curveball, and the catcher Malley wants the new baseball. So Swanson ahead 1-0 with Nico Hoerner, a speed threat on first. The Cubs are yet to steal a base. They're 0 for 1. Swanson had their first attempt. Swanson fists that one up the middle. Hoerner will take the turn. He'll head to third, and the Cubs start with runners on the corners. Just 4 pitches into this one. Back-to-back singles from Hoerner and Swanson, and that makes Dansby 8 of 13 to start the season. Stays inside that baseball. Didn't hit it all that hard, but it was able to find the hole up the middle. Hoerner with a good read off the bat, able to turn to second. And you can't ask for a much better start if you are the Cubs. On the corners for Ian Happ. First pitch to him on the inside corner for strike 1. Unbelievable career at Great American Ballpark. 16 homers, 32 RBIs. Batting .333 in just 149 plate appearances in a hitters-friendly ballpark here at Great American. Second pitch nearly hits him on that right kneecap. So Overton now shaken up a bit after allowing back-to-back singles to start this ball game. Happ, the switch hitter, goes from the left side here and is jammed on that inside fastball at 90 miles an hour. Behind 1-2. And to drive in the game's first run. We're yet to see an out be recorded here in the first inning. One-two to Ian. Curveball swung on and missed. A good spot there from Overton at the knees. Happ looked like he was expecting something different, so a key strikeout there from Overton, and now you got that double play possibility to get him out of the inning. Cody Bellinger, cleanup guy next to bat, as he is a guy that likes to hit it on the ground a lot. 2017 Rookie of the Year, 2019 All-Star, MVP, Gold Glover, and Silver Slugger. Came over from the Dodgers. He knows how to win. Looking for a bounce-back season. Takes the first pitch of the at-bat upstairs. It's a right-on-left matchup here from Overton. His 10th pitch is upcoming. Reminder, we do have that pitch clock. In this situation, we got 20 seconds since there are runners on base. Second pitch of the at-bat. Outside on that Riders chalk line. And Overton's behind 2-0 to Cubs' newly acquired outfielder Cody Bellinger. Runners on the corners, 2-0. We got Bellinger to chase up in the zone. Overton bounces back. It's now a 2-1 count. Bellinger just on a 1-year deal, so the Cubs look to get the most out of him. Looking for a bounce-back season as they hope that he is able to have a good enough year where they consider re-signing him, and that's really all they're looking for. Nice pitch outside as well. Overton behind 3-1. Looking to avoid walking Bellinger, which would load the bases. Swanson at first, Horner at third, one away, just getting started, top the first. Hitters count to Bellinger on the 3-1. Bellinger clubs one deep to right. It is gone. A 3-run jack for Cody Bellinger. It's his first hit of the season, and it is in a big way. Hanging breaking ball, belted to right. The first of the year for Bellinger, and it gets the Cubs on the board. 384 feet. 3-0. Chicago. 2 leadoff singles to start the inning. A strikeout from Happ, and then Cody Bellinger gets in that hitter's count, works ahead 3-1, and then says bombs away to right field. So the Cubs, in that Brewers series, they kind of struggled to score in the first inning. They were finally able to get one on the board in the last game, but that's a big 3 runs. And a Reds team that we saw them last season in their struggles when they got down, hard time coming back. But now it's Trey Mancini who's in the box. Quickly behind 0-2, and then he lunges out at that one, pokes it just foul on the ground on the third base side. Well, the Cubs, after not hitting a homer on opening day, got one in that second game, courtesy of Ian Happ, 2 from Patrick Wisdom last game, and now Cody Bellinger, a first inning blast. 1-2 to Mancini in the gap to left center. That'll touchdown. Over to cut it off is Barrero, and Trey Mancini has a single. Still just one away in the top of the first. The Cubs have already picked up 4 hits, and that is one that's got to feel good for Trey Mancini. Early season struggles after coming over from the Astros on a 2-year contract this year. Obviously, great story. Missed 2020 with cancer. One of the great comeback stories in the game. And now he'll sit at first with a base hit. Patrick Wisdom, guy you want up in this situation. He's red hot. Comes up with a base runner now. Cubs already up 3-0. Wisdom rolls on over the first pitch of that at bat. Sets it aside, foul. David Ross liking what he's seeing, the fourth-year manager for the Cubs. As his guys up big in the first. Wisdom behind in the count 0-2. He takes one down the middle. This will be pitch number 20 from Overton, already facing his sixth batter, which he's allowed 4 hits. 0-2 to Wisdom. Check swing, did he go? Rob Drake, the first base umpire, says no. And the at-bat will continue. One, two here to Pete Wizzy. 7 on the pitch clock, the delivery. Wisdom lined foul. One thing we have to keep in mind as Overton, with his early game struggles here, already putting that pitch clock up in the 20s. They're down 2 bullpen arms, are the Reds. Tony Santillan and Luke Weaver both on the 15-day injured list, so they're short on arms. Wisdom chases that nice slider, it looked like they're out of the zone. Some nice bite on that ball. Wisdom is down on strikes. Coming off a 2-homer game, cannot reach there. Mancini stays at first, and that'll bring up the former Padre, the former Royal, Eric Hosmer. Another guy, another veteran on this Cubs team. Knows how to win, comes in with lots of veteran experience. First pitch fastball in there for a strike. Right on left matchup to Eric Hosmer. That one catches the outside corner. Eric doesn't like the call, but according to K-Zone, it is in there. Now, Overton starting to find his groove. Gave up 4 hits already in the inning with a homer in there. Hosmer able to fight that one off to stay alive, just getting back to that baseball. Nice night here at Great American Ballpark. Sunny, 71 degrees. Might get a scattered shower later. Otherwise, a great night for baseball, so settle down with us here. 0-2 once again to Hosmer. Rolled over and through the hole. He didn't hit it hard, but was able to pick a gap. And the Cubs are back on the corners with 2 away. Eric Hosmer has his first hit as a Chicago Cub. That brings a good smile to his face. Started 0 for 7 on the season. Now he is 1 for 8. High chopper. And since the first baseman, Will Myers, the former Padre, was holding Mancini on, he was kind of out of position, and then Hosmer just bounced it just beyond Myers' reach. The Cubs have not really hit many balls hard except for that Horner and Bellinger hits, but they are finding ways to get on base. However, Edwin Rios, first pitch attacking, rolls over to the shortstop, Newman, who sweeps to his left to make the play. But the Cubs bats come out firing in the first. They connect for 5 hits, and they lead 3-0 with help of the Cody Bellinger 3-run blast. We're back in a flash. Bottom 2, here we go. Cubs off to a firing start in Cincy. Welcome back to virtual Great American Ballpark, where the Cubs have had one of their better starts of the season, if not the best here in game number 4. Both leadoff guys reach Horner and Swanson with back-to-back singles. Happ would then strike out, but then the big blast from Bellinger before Overton was able to work out of the inning, but the Cubs able to work the count nicely, and so that gives way to Drew Smyly, the Cubs veteran pitcher. He's bounced around. He'll face Jonathan India, who watches 2 fastballs inside to start the day. And he is ahead 2-0. Jonathan India, the 2021 NL Rookie of the Year. The Reds want him to be their star, looking to continue to go on the incline in his career as he's still young. Last year he did miss 60 games with a calf injury. So now trying to play a full season, and the Reds looking to see what they got. And they've got a great farm system, too. They're young. They got the 5th best farm system in the majors. So the Reds are going to be a competitive team in the years to come. Jonathan India fouls that one up and over the screen. The count has been worked full. I'm having a tough time keeping up with this fast pace of play. Everything I want to spit into this short time. So quickly a full count. Smyly with the pitch clock going low, able to get it away, and he missed his mark with that off-speed pitch as it bends in the dirt for ball 4. So, leadoff walk given there by Smyly. So let's quickly go over the Reds lineup. India just reached first. Steer, Myers, Stevenson in the cleanup. Kevin Newman, Stuart Fairchild, Maile, Barrero, Friedel rounds it out. First pitch to Spencer Steer on that low inside corner. For strike number 1, so Smyly works ahead. 5 spring training starts for him. 6.06 ERA. A good season last year. 7-8 in 22 games as this one's blasted to the opposite field towards the corner, but it slices a bit foul. And it is a long strike number 2 for Spencer Steer, batting .222 with 1 homer, 1 RBI on the young season. Drafted by Cleveland in 2016 in the 29th round, has since found his way here in Cincinnati. Smyly, the lefty, delivers. Check swing from Steer, and it trickles through the hole. So similar to the Cubs, the Reds start with back-to-back singles of their own. They're on the corners with nobody away as an accidental single there by Spencer Steer. Excuse me, swing. Checks it. But since Hosmer was holding him on first, they had Steer shifted a bit on the left side. Obviously no shifts, but Horner was playing right up near that second base bag. The story of the game is you aren't hitting it hard, but you're finding holes. So now the Reds with runners on their corners of their own. Here was Wil Myers, the former Padre and Tampa Bay Ray. First pitch blasted right center, dumps in front of Bellinger. India trots home to score. Holding at second is Steer, and we have a ball game. 3 straight hits to start the game for the Reds. They're right back in it. It's 3-1. You go high fastball there on the first pitch, as we've yet to really see Smyly mix it up, but he's only had 10 pitches. The Reds have just been jumping on him early. Bellinger can't get to that one in time. And the Reds are now within 2. Smyly dumps the first pitch curveball in there on Tyler Stevenson. It's the start at DH today. Good season for him last year. This one to shallow center. Dumps in front of Bellinger, who charges, gets it to second. And Myers is safe on that force out there as he needed to make sure it dropped. So now the bases are loaded with nobody away. The go-ahead run all of a sudden is on base. The tying run is in scoring position. As we have seen 9 hits in this ball game in just the first inning. So Smiley needs to regroup in any way, shape, or form. I mean, he had a good spring, so I mean, first start of the season, maybe a bit of jitters, but you definitely did not see this one coming. Kevin Newman, former Pirate, so he's played his entire career in the National League Central. First pitch to him, catches the top of the zone at 77 miles an hour. We acquired Kevin Newman, came over from Pittsburgh this past offseason, behind 0-1 here. Smiley buries that one in the dirt, does not get him to bite. Count even at ones. Left on right matchup to Kevin Newman at 286 on the young season with one long ball. And 2 RBIs, looking to add to that total here. That one popped up and over the screen. Strike number 2. Wouldn't this be a huge strikeout for Smiley? The 1-2. Hit hard up the middle. It is through. 1 run is in. They're waving run number 2. He will score, and the Reds have tied the ball game with 5 straight hits to start the inning. Looks like we're going to have an offensive showdown today in Cincinnati. Oh my. So the first 3 batters of the game for the Reds have scored. Now Smiley challenges the 6-hole hitter, Stuart Fairchild, there up and in. This has just continued to go from bad to worse. The Bellinger bomb put the Cubs up 3. We're now tied. Fairchild fouls one away. It's 1-1. Runners on first and second. Still no outs. A double play ball sounds nice here. Third baseman Wisdom playing in a bit. Corners pinching in double play depth. Or excuse me, the middle pinching in double play depth. 1-2. 1-1. Smiley challenged him with a fastball at the knees. Fairchild with a big swing, but he swung through it. Another 2-strike count from Smiley. He has not been able to dominate here in this spot yet today. Looking for a big punch out or double play. Any out would work to build the confidence. 1-2. Pop foul. We'll do it again. Fairchild bounced around quite a bit. Former Diamondback, Mariner, and Giant. It's his 4th team in just his 3rd MLB season and his 2nd with Cincinnati. So he played with 3 different teams last year. But now it looks like he's going to be a Red this entire season. 1-2 from Smiley to Fairchild. Swung on and missed. Barnhart couldn't squeeze it. I thought he foul-tipped it. No, it is a big out number 1 for Smiley. A big sigh of relief as Fairchild is down on strikes. Let's check out the Cubs defensively. We're filled with gold out there. Ian Happ, the Gold Glover, in left. Bellinger in center. Mancini in right. Swanson, Horner up the middle with Wisdom and Hosmer on the corners. And then it's Tucker Barnhart, 2-time Gold Glover, former Red, behind the plate. So 1 away, first and second for Luke Maile. First game this season. Another guy on this Reds team. Heavy veteran. He's been everywhere. Ray, Blue Jay, Brewers, Guardians. 1-0 to Maile. Swings through that one. 92 miles an hour at the belt. Count even at 1-1. So Smiley pitch count, just like Overton getting up there. 1-1. Keep in mind, these are 2 teams that are pretty veteran heavy with some young guys mixed in there. The Cubs 28-5. Or 28.5 the average age. As there's a double play ball. Swanson, Horner for 1 on the first. It's an inning-ending double play. Swanson to Horner. Quick trigger to Hosmer. And Smiley able to work out of it as the Reds strand 2. Crazy first inning. Both teams get on the board with 3 runs. but a big double play ball to get Smiley and the Cubs out of it. 3-3 as we head to the second. An offensive showdown tonight in Cincinnati. Back in a moment. Cubs Reds. Thrilling game to this point. So I was talking about it a bit a few moments ago. I want to touch on it again here before we get underway in inning number 2. These are two teams that I wouldn't say are in a rebuild, but they're definitely trying to find out a group of guys that can finally piece together some winning, because they both have not made the playoffs in a couple of seasons. Both missed it last year, obviously. Cubs 74 and 88. They just a few key losing streaks in there that hurt them. Finished 19 games back of the division lead. The Reds 62 and 100, a season to forget, one of the worst in the MLB, 31 games back. But the Cubs, they went out and spent money in the offseason. I'll get to the Reds because it's a bit different in a moment. But the Cubs spent the 5th most in the MLB, bringing in guys like Hosmer, Swanson, Bellinger, Mancini, Barnhart, who will lead off the inning here. But the Reds, they're trusted their farm system. It's the 5th best in the MLB. They're looking for guys like Elly De La Cruz, their number 1 prospect, to get up to the majors this year. Switch hitter, 5-tool player, 28 homers, 47 steals last year in Double-A, so he's a complete player. And the Reds are looking for all these youngsters to get up to the show and hopefully perform. Tucker Barnhart leads off the inning for the Cubs in the top of the second. What has become a offensive game tied at 3. Barnhart gets ahead before Overton strikes back, and we're even at 1-1. 30th pitch of the outing coming from Connor Overton. That one buried, blowing inside. Barnhart in a nice hitter's count here, 2-1. So that looked like a nice little change ball and missed a bit inside there. Barnhart played 7 seasons with the Reds. Won 2 Gold Gloves here. Gets backed off the plate there. And now he's in the count that Bellinger hit his 3-run homer. Ahead 3-1. Barnhart, as I said, 2-time Gold Glover, came to Chicago on a 1-year deal. Veteran who knows how to win. 3-2 popped foul. Count is drawn full here to the first batter of inning number 2. Cubs have their lineup packed with lefties today. Barnhart, Rios, Hosmer, Bellinger, Happ. Trying to get that look on that righty Overton, who struggled in the first inning. 3-2 to Barnhart, ripped to the right field hole. He is on base with a leadoff single. And the hits just keep on coming. Hit number 6 of the day for the Cubs. And Barnhart has his first of the Cub as a Cub in his 3rd plate appearance on the season. Hit beyond the reach of the first baseman Myers. And back-to-back innings where the Cubs have picked up leadoff base runners. And then we go back to the top of the order, Nico Hoerner. First pitch to Nico, up and in. Singleton scored a run last time up for Nico. On that laser to right field, looking to do the same thing here with Barnhart at first. Curveball buckled him a bit, in there for strike 1. Overton already approaching 40 pitches on the afternoon. One here to Nico. Instead, they'll check on Barnhart over at first. So that's one of his Overton's 2 pickoff attempts he's allowed in this inning. If he wants to go a 3rd time, he has to get him out, or at least it's an automatic ball. That new rule put in place this season. 1-1 to Hoerner. Got him to chase on the curveball in the dirt. You don't see that too much from Nico. He's a very fundamentally sound player. Does not make a lot of errors. Does not chase a lot. Overton able to do it to him there. He works ahead 1-2. Righty delivers. Check swing. Did he go? They say yes. And Hoerner is down on strikes. For out number one here in the second. First base umpire Rob Drake brings him up there on the appeal. In comes Dansby Swanson. He's been red hot after a poor spring. Comes in now 8 of 13 to start the regular season. 583 average coming into today. Singled and scored last time up. 2-0 misses away. Barnhart, remember, not a speed threat over there at first base, so no really reason to steal here. We've seen a lot of teams try to steal with the bigger bases, obviously, this year. Swanson ahead 2-0. Chaps it foul over towards the Cubs dugout. 2-1 count. Swanson takes a look at the field, trying to find some holes out there. Last year, Nico Hoerner, keep in mind, struck out a career-high 57 times. He likes to hit for contact, but there was just his first homer, or his first strikeout of the season. Swanson fans on that one, so now Overton's starting to get some movement on these pitches, figuring out the Cubs hitters the second times through the order, and the count drawn even at 2-2 to Swanson. Barnhart still at first. One away, top the second, tied at 3. Overton to Swanson. Challenged him with a fastball right through the heart of the plate. Dansby can't put any wood on it. And that's back-to-back strikeouts, the fourth of the day for Connor Overton. If you were betting on this game, he's already over 3.5, which is what the odds were set at. And there is 2 down shortly after that leadoff single from Barnhart. So now comes Ian Happ, the Pittsburgh native, went to Cincinnati for college, knows this city well, hits in this city well. Did not see that pitch, though, well, as he chases. Nice little buckler on the inside corner, 0-1. Struck out his first time up. Second pitch of the at-bat in the dirt. Good job to handle that one by Luke Maile. Great catcher back there. Will block anything. Getting in this first action of the season and mid-season form there with that block. 1-1 count with Barnhart. Still at first. Slight shift, but obviously aren't going past that second base bag, but the third base line is open for Happ if he wants to use it. Switch hitter batting from the left side here against the righty Overton. Takes a breaking pitch on the outside. 2-1 the count. Quickly back in. Maile sets up outside. They got it up and out. Ball number 3. Happ way ahead here. See if Overton can slip a mistake, and we'll see if Happ is ready for it. 3-1 to Ian. Upstairs, ball 4. A 2-out walk from Overton. Kind of overthrew that one a bit. And in comes Cody Bellinger. 2 runners out there for him yet again. Obviously, the 3-run bomb to right last time up. Looking to do it again here. 2 away and 2 on. Tall stance back in the box is Bellinger. Delivers low and in, but gets that corner, strike 1. And something just happened to my computer that I got the game on. There we go. Bellinger to left field on the fly. Ranging to his right is Fairchild. And on the run, he makes the play a few steps in front of the track. Overton, he escapes the inning. Cubs leave 2. Bellinger flies out to end the inning. Reds back up in the second when we come back to Cincinnati in a 3-3 ball game. Back at Great American Ballpark, where the Cubs and Reds are in a tie ball game at 3 apiece. We had bottom 2, where the home team comes back to bat. 4 hits in the first inning for the Reds. I have 5 hits, but this says 4. Maybe they call something an error. No, somebody must have reached on a fielder's choice. I don't even know. Anyway, it's Jose Barrero to lead off the inning, and he got a juicy-looking curveball there. All he can do is swing and miss on it. It'll be Barrero, Friedl in the top of the order, India to start the second inning here for the Reds. Lefty Smiley delivers back out there for the second inning of work, in which he allowed 3 in the first, and he works ahead of Barrero here. It's 0 for 7 to start the season. Now he's down in the count, 0-2. Barrero only 95 total MLB games in 4 MLB seasons. Battled with injuries, battled back and forth between the minors. But he's gotten the opportunity these first few games. Looking to make the most of it. Stay up in this major spot. Have a good year. Back-to-back foul balls as that one goes up and over the screen. And Smiley's 28th pitch will be on another 0-2. Barrero not going down without a fight here. He'll use his batter's timeout now and buy some extra time before getting back in there. Two-strike delivery. Smiley out of the wind-up. Left-hander kick steals. Rolled over beyond the dive of Swanson and into left. That is another batter that reaches base on an 0-2 count. And it's another leadoff single this time for Jose Barrero, as in all 4 tops and bottoms of the inning to start the game, the leadoff guy has had a leadoff single. Barrero, off the end of that, stays with that low-breaking ball, sneaks it through, and he's got his first hit of the season in his 8th plate appearance. Now the left-handed batting Friedl squares to bunt. All he can do is watch that one go into Barnhart's catcher's mitt. Smiley gets ahead 0-1. I mean, he's been able to get ahead. He just has been making mistakes, and the Reds hitters have done a good job going with the baseball when they get behind in counts. 0-1. Below the knees. Ball 1. Smiley now up over 30 pitches. Now what do we have here? Bill Miller and TJ Friedl looking into the Reds dugout, trying to figure something out. Smiley go for a little stroll, and it looks like Barrero might have pulled something going back to the base as the trainer and David Bell out to check on him. David Bell in his 5th season here at the Reds manager, knows these players well. And something was wrong after that play. Remember, the Reds are scoring all these runs, which they've done. I mean, they've been able to score pretty easily. I mean, not easily, but they've been able to put up good numbers here to start the season. Without 2 of their bigger offensive producers in Joey Votto and Nick Senzel. And look at this. Barrero is coming out of the game. Jose Barrero did something. Either running to first or on his way back to the base after taking that little lead there. And Barrero will come out of the game. So they're going to put the pinch hitting. Let's see, they've got a lot of guys to go with off the bench here. Looks like they put Vossler out there. Jason Vossler. Yeah. Jason Vossler will come in as a pinch runner in the 8th spot. As there's a beautiful bunt back to Smiley, who bobbles it, and he flips it to a vacant first base. Going to third is Vossler. To second goes Friedl, and that will be ruled as a E1, I would have to imagine. They are on second and third with nobody away, as the Cubs are just making mistakes left and right to start this ball game. I mean, if Smiley fields that cleanly, so I think the starter with a poor read from Hosmer as he goes towards the middle of the field to try to get that ball. If he stays home, which I think he should have, I'm a first baseman, so trust me. If he stays at first, because that's right back to Smiley, who tries to barehand it. If he doesn't barehand it, he makes the play. If Horner knows that Hosmer's cut towards the middle, he's over there in time. They just weren't communicating there on that play. So now second and third with nobody away. On what I will believe will be ruled an E2 or an E1 rather. Second pitch to the top of the order, Jonathan India. One now. India pulls off that one foul. Third base side. Smiley's got him ahead behind 1-2. So now Vossler, you would have to imagine, after coming in for Barrero, will take over in center. We'll see. If they try to put another guy, they got Jake Fraley, Will Renson, Kurt Casale all available off the bench. Obviously, not all those guys can play the outfield, so we'll see who David Bell decides to go with. Count even at 2-2 to Jonathan India, who bounces one to short. Swanson goes to third, and they got him. A run does come in to score, but the Cubs do pick up an out. As Swanson with a heads-up play to get the out at short. So the Reds will take their first lead of the day. India reaches on a fielder's choice. Vossler scores. Friedel retired at third. Spencer Steer back in there, 1-for-1 with a single to right the first time up. Bumps his average up. He came into the day batting .222. Singled and scored. First time in the box. 0-1, big swing from Steer. All he can do is fan right through it. 0-2. Can't ask for a better start for the Cubs. They got on the board early with a 3-run jack from Cody Bellinger. They've since given up 4 straight. 0-2, popped up, shallow right. In is Bellinger as he calls off Mancini to make the play. He'll run back India to first. And back-to-back outs for the Cubs as Steer flies out to Bellinger, who was on full steam ahead. Able to beat Mancini to the ball, call him off. 2 down. India remains at first. A speed threat at Jonathan India, but with a lefty, we'll see if they want to risk it and steal. I wouldn't be surprised, but it'd also be a bit of a risk. We'll see if they try it here with 2 outs. Will Myers in for the second time. Heavy veteran, came from San Diego on a 1-year deal with that option for 2024 here to Cincinnati. Former Rookie of the Year, 2016 MVP. Knows how to win. He's been able to win. But here, a little squibber off the end of the bat. Swanson, the put out to Horner. Smiley able to work out of yet another jam, but the Reds do pick up another run. They take their first lead of the day. The Cubs offense is back when we return. Mancini, Wisdom, Hosmer kicks off the third inning. Cubs have given up 4 straight runs. They look to bounce back. Top 3, here we go. Back from Great American Ballpark in a moment. Hey, welcome back. Some changes defensively for the Cincinnati Reds after Barrero had to leave the game. They put Vosler now at first. I changed my score sheet while we talk about this as well, as Mancini leads off the inning for the Cubs. But Vosler goes to first. Friedel moves from right to center as Mancini bounces it to short. Nice play, ranging left. The spin around throw to first. Keeping his foot on the bag is Vosler, as I just mentioned, came back into the game. Sharp play from the former Pirate, Kevin Newman. One down, and that's the first leadoff batter of the game not to reach, as Mancini is now 1 for 2 on the 6-3 putout. But Vosler goes to center. Friedel switches from right to center. And that means that Will Myers goes from first to right. So a lot of changes for the Reds. But Overton's still on the bump. 1-0 to Patrick Wisdom. Looked like a beach ball coming at him, but all he can do is chop it foul. 2 homers for him yesterday in the 9-5 loss, but doing his part. Coming in hot, coming in the road trip, but he did strike out the first time up. That second one fouled away as well. 1-2 count to Wisdom. Overton delivers. Popped him up, but it will get out of play. Hey, I was talking about farm systems earlier. I want to bring this up as well. The Reds are the 5th best. They're a young team. They didn't want to spend money because they know they got all these youngsters coming in this year. They hope to move up from the minors. The Cubs got the 12th best farm system in the MLB, yet we still see them going out making moves. They've got a stacked AAA. And by the end of this season, we could see a very minor league filled team with a lot of guys getting chances. But I mean, that's kind of how the Cubs want it to be. They want to see what they got with these youngsters. All these guys on 1-year deals, they can ship them out. And if these young guys are going to perform, we could have a very young team next year. And it'll be interesting to see what the franchise does. 1-2 to Wisdom. Another pop-up. This one over towards the first base side. And the 3rd straight foul ball from P. Wizzy. Overton already up over 50 pitches at 57, nearing 60. Wisdom continues to go down without a fight here. The pitch clock at 4. Overton delivers. Wisdom down the line and deep to left. Back on it is Fairchild, who will make the play in the left field corner over near the foul line. Wisdom just got under it a bit, and a good job by Fairchild. He knew he had room over there, familiar with this field. Second season here in Cincinnati, has the second out of the inning. Cubs offense, 3 runs in the first inning. Bellinger homer. Still missing a key part of the offense. Seiya Suzuki out with injury, but he's nearing return. Has gotten a few simulated games in. He'll be back soon. Eric Hosmer 1 for 1 with a single last time up. Comes in looking to extend the inning behind 0-1. Now 0-2. Oh, and 0-1. And a beautiful stop by Vosler on the slide. Hosmer hits it hard, but you ain't getting it by Jason Vosler, who makes 2 nice plays in the inning. Coming in for Barrero, so he comes off the bench hot. And we go bottom 3, a quick top of the 3rd as the Cubs go down in order for the first time today. Reds back up when we return. It's Stevenson, Newman, Fairchild. Back from Great American Ballpark in this 4-3 game in a flash. Connor Robertson starting to comfort and dial in here in his first start of the young season. 29-year-old in just a second MLB season, so those nerves expected. Only got in 6 games last year. But look to have him be everyday guy, part of the rotation here in 2023, as it's part of a new era for the Reds, trying to work back to that winning team that they know that they can get to. After this series, just 3 games, they will head to Philadelphia, which won't be an easy series, but the Phillies' easy season struggles, and the Cubs will host the Rangers next as well. Well, Tyler Stephenson takes ball 1 inside here. He's a career .298 hitter. A great career to his name, and takes that one. I don't think it caught the knees, but instead ruled ball 2 on pitch number 44 from Smiley. Stephenson 1 for 1. Speaking of ones, that's strike number 1. Still hitter's count here to Stephenson, as it's kind of got fooled there on that breaking pitch. 2-1 coming from the lefty Smiley, the righty Stephenson batting cleanup today. That one on the lower corner of the zone. Can't even hit 2s. Stephenson, they've got him locked up till 2026. The Reds, not a bad guy that you have locked up, because really like Tyler Stephenson. Lays off that one in the dirt. Counter on full. Smiley looking to avoid letting the leadoff guy reach for the 3rd straight inning. Payoff pitch. Popped him up on the infield. Swanson, Horner both go to it. Horner calls for it and makes the play right on the edge of the outfield grass. 1 down, leadoff guy retired for the first time today by Drew Smiley, as Stephenson pops out to Horner. Another righty in the box for Cincinnati against the left-handed Smiley, as Kevin Newman takes the first pitch fastball and pops it up into the seats. Newman, a 2-run single last time up. Puts them up to 4 RBIs on the young season. High fastball challenge in there from Smiley. Gets in the way through it. 5-hole hitter for the Reds behind. Quickly 0-2. Kick deal from the windup. Chase pitch there. Did not get him to bite. Barnhart set up upstairs. That's where he got it. But a good eye from Newman. Good approach, knowing that was coming. Another 1-2. Still Smiley's count. And he'll use another wage pitch there as he buries off speed there. Over 50 pitches for the veteran Drew Smiley. He has been everywhere. That's an understatement. This one looped to left. Sends Happ back a few steps, but he's able to make the play. No problem. Easy 2 outs there for Smiley and the Cubs. As Newman is retired. Stuart Fairchild in for the 2nd time. A strikeout victim last time up. Now comes in looking to avoid the Reds being put down in order in this 3rd inning. When I say Smiley's been everywhere, I'm not kidding. He did get a World Series ring with the Braves because he won with them in 2021. Did not pitch from 17 to 19. Only the 3rd team he's played for. He's only the 3rd team he has played for 2 years in a row, and this is his 7th different team and only his 11th season. So a crazy story for Drew Smiley, but he's found himself here in Chicago. 2nd year with the team. He's got Fairchild behind 0-2. Stuart Fairchild looking to avoid going 0-2 on the day. 2 strikeouts. Check the swing. Did he go? Yes, he did! Rob Drake rings him up. Drew Smiley sets him down in order. Stuart Fairchild 0-2. 2 punch-outs. And Smiley ends the inning in fashion with his 2nd K of the day. We keep on moving, heading to the 4th. Cubs Reds in a good one. However, The good guys still trail. Looking to get back in this one when we come back. Well, Edwin Rios back in the starting lineup today will lead off this fourth inning for the Cubs. Edwin Rios, a great story, great guy. I like him. Spring training, he went 10 for 44 with 4 homers and 8 RBIs. Just over 2 here after he got the start the other day against the Brewers. And a small sample size so far in the regular season. Looking to get his first hit of the year. But he's a former Dodger, 2020 World Series champion. Picked in the 6th round of the 2015 draft. I mean, he got to the majors in 4 years, so there was a lot of bright side there. And then he tore it up in spring. So the Cubs like what he's got coming into the year. And now they look for an unsurprising good start to the regular season here. Just his 114th career game in his 5th big league season. 0 for 1 so far today, though. A short ground out to short last time up, and now he starts behind 0-1. Nice inside front door change up there from Overton. Back out there for his 4th inning of work. 0-1. Rios chases up and in, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Overton. His 3rd team in his 4th season, so hasn't really been able to get comfortable with any teams. And he's only played in 15 games, so I mean, he hasn't really had that big league level exposure yet. And that's probably why we saw him struggle a bit in spring. We saw him struggle to start the game, but starting to settle down. And I think he'll just continue to get better as the season goes along. That's just what it's been so far in the game. Today, as he's only got 6 tries last year, as there's an acrobatic play made at second base by by Newman, Kevin Newman, who got up to grab that one. Rios thought he had a single there, but right up the middle, there was Newman with the hops to snatch up and snare it. I bet that's something that the Pirates are really missing right now, as Newman was a fixture in their team for about 5 years. Quickly one away. Barnhart lets that one go high. It's the 9-hole hitter, Tucker Barnhart's back in. 2nd time today. Singled first time up to right. Now watches ball number 2 float by. Barnhart worked himself into a hitter's count. First time up, he's done the same thing here. Game in the top of the 4th, just about an hour in. MLB games this season, averaging around 240. Down from an average of 3 hours and 6 minutes last year. Almost 30 minutes difference there. Obviously, got the pitch clock, no shift, and bigger bases, the 3 new rules. Already showing their differences here on opening week. 2-1. That one nowhere close in the opposite batter's box there, and Overton's dug himself into a hole here. Number 18, Tucker Barnhart. Couple years with Detroit after spending 7 years here in Cincinnati. Righty Overton delivers. Barnhart just slipped underneath that one. Over in foul territory. And up against the tarp. The play is made by Vossler, who has had to make 2 or 3 great plays since coming into the game. That one, the awareness to know that the tarp was there. No, he had room. And Barnhart's not going to like that. He got a good pitch to hit. He was ahead 2-1. That's something he'll like there. Back to the top of the order, Nico Hunter, already his 3rd plate appearance of the day. Single and a run his first time up. Strikeout last time. Watch us strike one here. Fundamental player, Nico Hoerner. Very good in the field. Very good at the plate. However, 2 backdoor changeups there from Overton gets him ahead 0-2. Cubs liking to see that pitch clock tick up. Already up over 70 as the Reds are down 2 bullpen arms. Hoerner swings and misses. In and out of the mitt from Mahle, but he's able to recover and throw out Hoerner. So, Nico has his first and second strikeouts of the season today. The Cubs once again go down in order for the second straight inning. The bat's starting to go quiet. Do the Reds wake up in fashion when we go bottom 4? Oh, we're moving right along from Cincy. Here we go. Reds 2 up when we come back. Hey, we're back a bit late as I missed the first pitch of this inning, but Smiley's back on the bump, and it is the catcher Luke Mahle leading off the inning for the Reds. He took strike 1 down the middle. 0-for-1 for Mahle today. Double play to end the first inning. First inning that Smiley drew into trouble. There he gets Mahle to fan on it, so quickly ahead 0-2. Smiley comes home. Barnhart set up and in. He got it up and in. Nearly hit Mahle, though. But you have that waste pitch there. Use it with a fastball. 1-2. Pitch number 60. Smiley, the big lefty, does not get the bite in the dirt. And Mahle has worked it back even. Last season, just 3 homers, 17 RBIs, 221. Luke Mahle behind the plate as the catcher today for Cincinnati. Big guy. 2-2. Line to third. A few hops to Wisdom, who will get it across the diamond to Hosmer. A nice job by Smiley. They go in, they jam him. And then Wisdom gets behind that baseball. A strike to Hosmer. Leadoff guy retired. Luke Mahle, his first game of the season, starts 0-for-2. 2 ground outs. Now it's the lefty Vossler, who came in as a pinch hitter. Scored a run after the Barrero injury. Since been replaced at first base, where he's made a few nice plays. In the first pitch he sees today, puts him behind 0-1. Barnhart sets up outside. Instead, he got one leaking back over the middle, but Vossler misses it and pops it foul. Another 0-2 count. Back-to-back games here to Jason Vossler. Just 36 games last season. Pitch clock winding down. Smiley with 3 will start as lined up and deliver. Blown inside. At bat continues for now. Reds, after the Brewers win today, a half game back in the National League Central, and there goes Fosler. He's down on strikes, and at strikeout number 3 on the day for Smyly, starting to find his groove. He's retired. Do my math. 7 in a row. Starting to become efficient with his pitches, getting that off speed to work. And it's back to the 9-hole hitter, TJ Friedl. Reached on an air in the second inning. Luckily did not come back to bite the Cubs. 0-1 to Friedl. That one leaks inside and is blasted to right center. Mancini cannot cut it off. Friedl, legs turning. He's got speed. He'll try for 3, and he is safe. A belly flop into third, and it's a 2-out triple for TJ Friedl. Mancini took a bad angle to that ball. If he's able to cut it off over there in the gap, I think he holds him to a double. But with Friedl's speed, when he sees that ball trickle by Mancini, who takes that, instead of taking a banana route to the ball, he takes more of a roller coaster route where he goes flat then up instead of around the baseball to cut it off. And then Friedl, nimble, speedy, gets over there in time. Berto Ortiz with the safe call. And a runner 90 feet away with 2 away. Top of the order we go. Dangerous Jonathan India. Swung on and missed. Chases that low one. Start the at-bat. India already batting for the 3rd time. He's walked and reached on a fielder's choice. He's credited with an RBI on that as well. 0-1. Hits India on that left elbow. He throws his bat in disgust. And Smyly has let 2 base runners reach with 2 away. Back up comes Spencer Steer, always dangerous. 1 homer, 1 RBI on the young season. Single and a score. And a fly out. And his 2 at-bats today. They're on the corners with 2 away. Smyly misses up. This will be pitch number 71, upcoming to Spencer Steer. Steer, drafted by Cleveland, the 29th round, has worked his way up to the majors finally. That one looked like it caught the top of the zone on a breaking pitch there. No call from the home plate umpire, Bill Miller. He's been given low stuff, but not really the high stuff today. But Steer ahead 2-0. Smyly now behind 3-0 as that one misses nowhere close. And you got to imagine this is an automatic take situation for Steer. Trying to avoid loading the bases is Smyly. 3-0. That one back Steer off the plate inside. That will lead to a visit from Tucker Barnhart as they are now loaded. Not the situation you want Smyly to be in. Tommy Hotovy will also make a visit to the mound as well, the Cubs pitching coach. Bill Miller, home plate umpire, will come around to break that up. I'm getting some good conversation over there with TJ Friedl over at third base. Friedl will hit 298 in spring training. 1 homer, 9 RBIs. Picks up where he left off with a triple a few moments ago. Now Will Myers, 1 for 2. First pitch to him right down the gut. But, I mean, you like to see him take there. Smiley's been struggling to find the zone. So nothing hurt. Their own 1. That one in the dirt. Nowhere to put Myers here. They're all juiced with 2 away. 1-1 the count. It's already 7 hits in the 4th inning already in this ball game. 4 runs is there. Myers goes after the high fastball, pops it up, foul territory. Hosmer over to squeeze it. Smiley works out of the 2 outs. Bases loaded jam. Swanson, Happ, Bellinger, heart of the Cubs orderly return. Hold your breath the moment the Cubs escape there. Smiley out of the inning. No harm done. Reds, Cubs remains 4-3, and we're moving right along. 5th inning. Up we come. Well, it's been a tale of 2 games in this one game here in Cincinnati. We saw the combined first 2 innings go for 7 runs. Both teams picked up 3 in the first. Reds added 1 more in the second. But since then, it's been very consistent. The Cubs have been put out in order for 2 straight innings. The Reds able to put together a bit of a 2-out rally last inning, but other than that, nothing really doing. So we head to the 5th here in a 4-3 game in which the Reds lead. The only runs for the Cubs coming via a Cody Bellinger 3-run blast. But it was RBIs from Will Myers, Tyler Stevenson, Kevin Newman all getting it done for the Reds. And that fielder's choice RBI from Jonathan India for the 4th run. Dansby Swanson leads off the 5th inning for the Cubs, which the offense looks to get back where it was in the 1st and 2nd inning. Swanson 1 for 2, a strikeout last time up. He singled first time. That one catches the outside corner as Connor Overton's back on the mound for his 5th inning of work. This will be his 75th pitch, so getting near the end of his outing, in which he has settled in ever since the 1st. The righty delivers on the 1-2. Lunging at it is Maile as that one misses way outside. Cubs started 6 for 9, have since gone 0 for 9. Reds started 6 for 8, have since gone 1 for 10. Interesting nugget there. Bats have started to go quiet. 2-1. Swanson chases below the knee. So, I mean, he has not been all that disciplined so far today. It's not a good sign if you're the Cubs. After striking out last time up, he now moves to 8 for 14 on the season. Still an unbelievable start after a rough spring, but not used to see him struggling this so far in this 2023 campaign. Count even at 2-2. Overton will have a payoff pitch as that one twists low and away. Swanson has worked the count full. Here comes Dansby. Broken bat, flutters it into left. One hopped into the glove of Fairchild. Swanson has his 2nd hit of the afternoon, and the Cubs leadoff guy reaches here in the 5th. There you go, Dansby. I said broken bat. I must have just been seeing things. Yeah, he didn't break his bat. I must have just saw the ball and thought it was the bat, but still a good job to stick with that ball. Line it out there and right. He's got a leadoff hit to start the 5th inning, and it's now time for Ian Happ yet again, who dominates here in Cincy. pickoff move to Swanson, who's back in time. Happ, 16 career homers in Cincinnati, looking to make it 17 here. Right on left matchup to the switch, hitting Ian, who fouls one off. Ian Happ went to college in Cincinnati, grew up in Pittsburgh, so has always been around this area, Ohio, Pennsylvania, bordering states. A 1 to Ian. That one's blasted right field corner. Down beyond the reach of Myers. Swanson will round second. He's waved to third. Happ chugs his way into second, and it is a double. Ian Happ stays hot. He keeps it going, and he's got his first hit of the day. Back-to-back hits for the Cubs to start the 5th inning, and they've got him set up second and third with nobody away. It's another hanger for Overton, which that's where Bellinger got his homer. This time, another lefty able to jump out in front of that breaking ball darting in. Happ off the bat, I thought it was gone. Instead, it hits off the edge of the warning track as Myers, whose primary position is first, he can play right. Took a poor angle to that ball, was not able to get over there in time. And with that, obviously, sometimes, the breaking stuff will hang if you're getting tired. And so that will make David Bell make a move to the pin. Overton's day is done. He goes 4 innings. So the Reds switch up their bullpen that's down 2 arms, and we'll see what they are able to bring in. Well, the Cubs now in business, trying to take the lead. Back-to-back base hits to start the inning. That's what I like to see. Austin, the sportsman, I'm going to have to stop in about half an hour here, so I hope that we can get through the 5th inning. I think I'll cut off after the 5th inning, which is a bit unfortunate because I got all my prep, well, not all of it, but I got most of my prep done, and then, we're supposed to have a big storm tomorrow. We had a ton of tornadoes everywhere around here. Friday, we're supposed to have it again tomorrow, Tuesday, so, they don't want people going anywhere. So baseball got canceled tomorrow. He's like, okay, let's make prep. And then today at, noon, he's like, okay, let's have practice today at 8 to 9:30. So right after I had everything done, decided to do this, but I thought I might as well. For my first baseball stream, I just wanted to try it out, make sure I got my system down for baseball. I think I do. And, yeah. Go live for a Hawk. I don't want to do another Blackhawks game. I think I'm committed to baseball. I can't stand to watch the Blackhawks. They're so bad. And I've just really lost interest in them. I haven't watched a game, full game for who knows how long. Well, now here comes Cody Bellinger, who will face the new Reds pitcher after Overton leads after 4 innings of work, 8 hits, 3 runs. First pitch to Bellinger, chases the high fastball, pops it up to short, tracking back, calling off the left fielder Fairchild was Newman. Bellinger, who likes to hit it on the ground, you would rather have a ground ball there than a, you'd rather have a ground ball there than a pop-up. It's obviously no advancement of the runners, but the Reds bring out their top bullpen arm, Ian Jabot. Not their top, but one of their top guys. As here's Trey Mancini backed off the plate with that one. Oh, another righty. Mancini comes in 1 for 2. That one catches the top of the zone. Mancini with the count even, 1-1. One away, top 5th. Cubs got him, 2nd and 3rd. Mancini! Blast one! Left field! Towards the foul pole! It inches away from his first home run as a Chicago Cub. It would have come in big-time fashion, a 3-run bomb hooked towards the line. Oh, that's close. Instead, it's just a long strike number 2. 1-2 from Gibaut. That one at eye level. Count even at 2-2. Oh, man, that would have been big. You know Mancini has the power. When he gets the barrel, he can hit it far. We saw it on display there, but just could not keep it fair. 2-2 to Mancini. Bounces one to short. India will take the smart play and fired on to first. So the Cubs do tie the game. It's an RBI ground out for Trey Mancini. He would have loved the 3 RBIs, but he will take 1. It's his first RBI in a Cubs uniform. Excuse me, his second RBI in a Cubs uniform. And the game is now tied. Happ moves up to third as Swanson scores. We're knotted up at 4 apiece. Here comes Patrick Wisdom. 2 away. He is hit. Oh, man, that one stung. Hits him on the left forearm, left hand, it looked like. We've seen him get hit by pitches there often. That's just how he stands in the box. He's been injured a lot when it hits him. 90 plus to the forearm. Does not feel good. He's had injuries to that part before. He gets hit a lot. And this would just be a horrible loss for the Cubs coming off a 2-homer game. You could not afford for guys to get injured early in the season. They've done a great job battling injuries already. They've stayed healthy in spring. Suzuki's really the only guy they're missing. Wisdom would be a big piece. But if you put Wisdom on the IR, I guess, is that when you call up some of these guys like Matt Mervis or something? Because Wisdom will play first every once in a while. You really have to shake it up, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a catastrophic injury here for Wisdom, but definitely could give him some time on the injured list if they find out it's a fracture or something. It looked like it hit him on the left forearm and then off the hand. That one stings. I broke my hand doing that one time. And just feel out that hand, see if it can stay in the game. David Ross and the trainer out there talking to him. David Ross, very familiar with his players, great manager. In his 4th season at Cubs skipper. Looks like Wisdom is going to be able to shake this one off. He'll jog over to first. They're on the corners. Happ at third. Wisdom at first now. 2 away. Top of the 5th. Cubs have 1 run already in the inning, in which they have tied the game at 4. And now, after that short injury delay, going to get another delay here as David Bell wants to make another call to the pen. So Gibaut can only pick up 2 outs before he is pulled from this ball game, as they do not want him to face the left-handed Hosmer with that right-on-left matchup. So I got to imagine they're going to the lefty here. You've got Nick Lodelo, River Samartin, and Alex Young, all lefties out of the pen. We'll see who they want to go with here. Yep, it's a lefty. Couldn't catch who it was, though. So just 2/3 there for Gibaut. Allowed 1 run, 1 earned. With 0 strikeouts. Good outing for Connor Overton for the Reds, who was pulled earlier in the inning. Got 5 strikeouts. So the only issue he had was the Bellinger 3-run homer. plus a shaky first inning with a lot of hits given up, but he was able to withstand that conflict nicely. So after that Wisdom hit by pitch, it's Hosmer, as I said, that lefty coming in. Got his first hit as a Cub back in the first inning, in which the Cubs got 3 of their 4 runs on the day. Hit it hard last time up as well, but a nice play by Vosler at first. Able to tire Hosmer. So, looking to get a base hit here. Drive in 1, possibly 2. So back in after the pitching change. Hosmer on the left-on-left matchup. Watches ball 1 outside. They go Alex Young out of the pen. Quickly behind till the 1-0. He misses outside in the first pitch. Second pitch just a bit low as well. Sharp eye there from Hosmer. Likes to take walks. Nice discipline hitter up there. Tall lefty. Alex Young, 25 games last season, 2.36 ERA out of the pen, and 26 and 2/3 inning. Hosmer rips one into the gap. That one's going to roll all the way near the wall. It is cut off as Happ comes in to score. And then Wisdom, as the throw gets away from India, he will come in to score as well. Hosmer scoots into second, and it is a 2 RBI double and a 2-hit day for Eric Hosmer. That ball came off the bat firing. He got himself in a hitter's count. Splits India and Newman. Rolls all the way out to Myers, who cuts it off on the warning track. Wisdom went to third. The throw got away from India. We would have had a close play at the plate. Had India been able to handle it. And then Hosmer able to speed into second as well. That's a big 2 RBI double. Cubs now take their second lead of the day. It's 6-4. The team's 9th hit. So first batter, Young faces. And there you go. Edwin Rios 0 for 2. He's behind 0-2 here. And check his swing. Bill Miller, the home plate umpire, does not need any help. They say he went around, and that is that. But the Cubs put up 3 for the second inning of the ball game. It's the 2 RBI double from Eric Hosmer that headlines it all. And the Cubs put themselves in a great spot, back up 2. A 3-run 5th inning for the Cubs. Now can Drew Smyly stay dominant on the bump. We're back once again for the bottom of the 5th. It'll be the final inning we do of the day. But don't worry, I'll be back for plenty more baseball play-by-plays as we move along. Bottom 5, here we go. Way to the final inning that we're going to do on the day. Cubs lead 6-4. Bottom 5 we go. Reds back up to the plate. We got the heart of the order coming up. It's the 3 spot. Will Myers, cleanup spot. Tyler Stevenson, 5 spot. Kevin Newman coming up after they stranded the bases loaded last inning. The Cubs, good job to get a few more there with 2 away as Mancini able to get the RBI. 2 outs. Last year, the 2-out production was for the Cubs was almost non-existent. They could not get those 2-out hits when they needed it. But today, I love what we saw. That 2-out double from Hosmer. He's hit it hard all 3 times up. And there you go. Able to drive in 2. Cubs back in front, 6-4. They give Drew Smyly, who looks like this will be his last inning, 78 pitches for him on the day. Could be his last inning, but they gave him some run support, looking to give him the win. 2-1 here to Tyler Stevenson as that third pitch of the at-bat is taken up high. 1 for 2 from Tyler Stevenson. What did Will Myers do to end last inning? I fell asleep. He popped out to Hosmer, right? Yep. Forgot to score that one. Foul ball off the end of the bat. A little cue ball there from Stevenson. We've got him locked up till 2026. A great young player. Career 298 in his few-year career. Left-hander delivers. Smyly. Stevenson. Right center gap. It's a leadoff single. As Bellinger takes it on the 2-hop. Stevenson's got his second hit of the day. And wonder if that's going to be it for Drew Smyly. We'll see if David Ross wants to pull the pin. They say no. He'll keep him out there. The Reds really stacked their lineup with a lot of right-handed hitters today, trying to attack that left-handed Smyly. 7-8 last year, 3.47 ERA. So he's coming off one of his best years. He hasn't really played a full season. Last year was one of his only few seasons, or a few of his only full seasons. Still trying to get back into that swing of things. Rookie, great spring training for him. Trying to settle in here in the regular season. Kevin Newman, a 2-run single. Part of his 1 for 2 day. I want a mistake at 92 miles an hour, but all Newman can do is pop it foul. He's got Stevenson at first. Behind 0-2. Nobody away, bottom 5. Final inning of the stream for the day. Pitch clock inside 10. Smyly from the stretch checks his runner and delivers. Curveball off the end of the bat, out towards right field. In a few steps is Mancini. He makes the easy, nonchalant, one-handed catch. And there's a nice bounce back out for Drew Smyly. Newman flies out. Stuart Fairchild, back-to-back. Both of his at-bats have resulted in strikeouts. Looking to change that here. Third time the charm for him. We'll see if that comes true. Third plate appearance on the day. Good double play chance here. Up and in, and that grazed Fairchild, they say. Smyly has hit another batter, the second time that has happened today. Third hit by pitch of the ball game. And in comes another righty. But it looks like David Ross writing Smyly out. So now first and second, 1 away. Another left on right matchup as Mahle steps in. But I think Ross likes the matchup here. Mahle 0 for 2. Looking to avoid going 0 for 3. Hits one hard, but up against the netting on the third base side. Mahle behind 0-1. Keegan Thompson getting warm in the Cubs bullpen there. It's a good sign to see. Number 71, the righty getting loose. Cubs with all right-handed arms in their bullpen, which is good today because it's a very right-hand heavy Reds lineup. Smyly now with 87 pitches as he misses the zone there. 1-1. Luke Mahle, former Ray, Blue Jay, Brewer, Guardian. First game of the season. Looking like he's in midseason form there as he blasts one down the left field line. That hooks foul. And it's another long foul ball as that one hits off the base of the wall. Seen a few out there and left that have been long foul balls, and a few in right as well. Very hitters-friendly ballpark. Instead, it just puts Mahle behind 1-2. One away, bottom of the fifth, first and second, popped up third base side. Wisdom ranging to his right, makes the play up against the Cubs dugout, and and there is out number 2 of the inning for Drew Smyly as he sets down Mahle for the third time this inning, or for the third time this ball game. Jason Vosler, second at bat for him. Struck out first at bat last time as he came into pinch run for Barrero, who reached on a hit and got injured. So Vosler came in the game, played first. Works ahead 1-0 here. Smyly with the pitch clock at 5, delivers, left on left, bends it down. Two 2-0 with 2 away in the second. A small crowd here for the Reds that have struggled to draw crowds in this beautiful ballpark these last few years. Vosler up there hacking on the 2-0 as he got a challenge fastball. All he can do is send it back towards the seats. And now Smyly has him in Vosler's still in a 2-1 count. Smyly looking to make a pitch as most likely this will be his final inning. Left-hander kicks Dales. That one flown left field. Happ is back at the wall. It is gone. Jason Vosler leaves the yard, and that one stings if you are Drew Smyly. Oppo taco for Vosler. Didn't hit it far, but he hit it enough here in Great American Ballpark, just 376 feet, 100 miles an hour off the bat. He gets the Viking helmet as he heads back into the dugout. The final batter of the day could have been for Smyly, could have been the final pitch, as I think now he will for sure be done. I mean, that was his only left-on-left matchup of the inning, too, which hurts just as much. And then he just made a mistake up and out on the zone. David Ross out to pull the plug. Smyly will end his day on a bad note. So if you take that away, 4 runs, settled in after a rough start, but now he will be out of the game as that 3-run homer is given up to Jason Vosler. Came in after pinch running, but figured Smyly out the second time around. So in this game, right when the Cubs have taken the lead, the Reds have been able to bounce right back. It was 3-0 Cubs in the first, 3-3 after 1, as the Reds picked up 3 of their own in the bottom of the inning. Cubs with 3 in the top of the 5th, 6-4 lead, and then right there at the end, the Reds are able to pull right back up 7 with a 7-6 lead. Cubs still right back in this ball game, though. It's been a hitters-friendly game and a hitters-friendly ballpark. But, I mean, you've got to be able to win games like this. This is a season where it just seems like, I wouldn't say not making the playoffs is a disappointment because not a lot of people are expecting us to get there. But you just hate to see, with all these new guys we got, no improvement. Like, I'd at least like to see us compete until the All-Star break. Compete a bit after the All-Star break. Maybe if we don't quite squeeze into the wild card spot. All I want to see So I want to see that competitive spirit going into months like August and September, which has not been there these last few years. And it starts with winning games against teams like the Reds. So in comes Keegan Thompson, though, for the Cubs. A lot of action last year in 29 games. Started a few times, so 115 innings. Total was Smiley leaves after 4 2/3. This one blasted to right, but Mancini got a good read on it and is able to put it away as Friedel goes down with a line out to right. But the Cubs allow 3 runs, and the Reds right back in front, up 1 with a 7-6 lead. That puts a wrap on my day here. We're going to go to the 6th inning in a 7-6 game where the Reds lead. The Cubs put up it was an entertaining game to watch. Still 4 more innings to play, but unfortunately, I'm going to be at baseball practice, which I'd probably rather be here. But hey, that's just how the world goes around, right? All right. Thank you so much for watching, everybody who hopped on. We got quite a few people on, and I had fun. First baseball stream this season. Plenty more to come. We've got 158 more games to play after this. So, hey, stick along. We're going to pick a few of those, stream them, and have some fun with it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Reds lead the Cubs 7-6 after 5 innings of play. We end stream number 1 of plenty more to come here in this 2023. I'm 2 years behind. MLB season and Cubs season. 7-6 Reds heading to the 6th, but we sign off for now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, everybody.